welcome back to the vlog. Today's vlog is a little different. I am coming to get my MRI for my brain. Don't worry, guys. This is just for my migraines. There's nothing to be worried about. Don't worry. I've had chronic migraines for most of my adult life, my entire adult life. I also suffered from a lot of headaches as a child as well, but I really want to contribute those to like allergies. I also grew up with indoor smoking. My grandmother smoked, my grandfather smoked, and I lived with my grandmother growing up for a while, and then my grandfather lived with us and he smoked inside our house for a while, and I am allergic to cigarette smoke. Like, I get a really bad reaction to cigarette smoke, which thank goodness they banned that inside. Like, my eyes get super puffy. I just don't have a good reaction to that and stuff like that. And like, it was just not a good time growing up. And nobody thought, maybe I shouldn't do that around children. So like, I just kind of contribute that to the headaches and stuff like that, to like growing up around that kind of stuff, being a small child. But like, I started getting migraines as an adult, and they never thought to like get an MRI. They always just threw drugs at me. Even my primary care until the last like 10 years didn't really give me anything for it. I just, when I would get them, I would just treat it with Tylenol, sleep, just kind of try and self-treat at home. And then if it got so bad where I was like vomiting and just wanting to beat my head against a wall, like, I was so bad, I was just like, I can't, like, I was vibrating, the pain was so bad, you know, if you know, you know. Like, I was getting so bad, I just wanted to like drown myself. Not really, I would never do that. I'm literally never the one that would ever want to like myself ever. Like, I could never imagine doing that to myself ever. Like, that, I could never do that to myself. But when you get to the point where your pain is just unimaginable, I would go to the hospital and they would give me a shot of Imitrex. Yeah, a shot of Imitrex, a concentrated shot, and they would give me some Zofran, and they would put me in a dark room, and they would put those snap cold packs on me, and it would magically go away, and it would be amazing. And I would tell my doctor, yeah, I get migraines. And then finally, like, I'm like, is there anything you can, like, get prescription? And they finally would get me on a prescription. But they were never like, let's get you something. Let's look at your brain. Is it musculoskeletal? Do we need to get you into PT? Is it your neck? Is it this? Is it that? Like, I don't know. I feel like my doctor sucked, to be honest. Truly. So finally, she got me on some different medications we've tried over the years to stop the migraines, and some work, some don't. And then finally this past year, I've had enough, and I was like, I really want to just get an MRI. I want to see a neurologist. I want to see a real doctor, I told her. I was kind of mean about it. And so we went to the neurologist, and she's like, yep, let's go ahead and see what's going on in your brain. Let's see if you still have a brain. She was nice about it. And we got on the daily. And I kind of hate the medication that I'm on right now, not gonna lie, because the side effects are completely awful. I did have a migraine last week, which is why I did not have a Tuesday video or a Thursday video. See, my brain's still not working right. But we're gonna go in here, we're gonna get my MRI. They're gonna find out that my brain is fine. They're gonna see where I do have migraine issues, which I've Googled. They're going to see where I do have some white matter spots in my brain, but they're not going to find a brain tumor. They're not going to find any other neurological issues in my brain. My brain is going to be perfectly healthy for a 37-year-old who does not smoke, does not take drugs other than prescribed, and does not do any other things that may harm her body, except for, drink too much soda and maybe eat too much food sometimes. So yeah, we're going to go in here and we're going to look at our brain, and it's going to be a healthy brain for a 37-year-old, and everything's going to be fine and wonderful. So, yeah, I might have some neck issues though, but we're going to go in there, and then they're going to say I'm going to need some physical therapy maybe on my neck. No surgery, physical therapy on my neck or something. I don't know what you can do about a neck, but there is some neck crunching and some zingers when I turn my neck, some electrical shock issues when turning my neck, because I'm getting a cervical spine MRI as well. So yeah, and then after I get back, I will explain the whole process, because I don't know if you guys have had a brain MRI. I've never had an MRI, period. I will explain the whole process because I was quite curious. I've never done it. It makes me incredibly nervous. So I've been freaking out the past month about getting an MRI because I don't like the unknown. And if you're like me and you don't like the unknown, I'm going to tell you about it. And then if you ever have to go through the same similar situation, you won't be scared anymore. So I'm going to be the guinea pig, and I'm going to do it for you. So then that way you don't have to be scared. Back. Excuse the steering wheel. I really don't want to have to hold my phone for the whole thing. So that was super quick. It was only 45 minutes or so. So I went in at 8 a.m. and it was a quick check-in process. Usually that place is like packed, jam-packed. Every time I went in there for like ultrasounds or various different things, I've had to get like ultrasounds for non-pregnancy related things on like my ovaries and like things like that, for like, girl problems. Man, girls always have problems. So like this is just an imaging center. You can get CTs here, MRIs, x-rays, mammograms, all kinds of things here. You can get, it's an imaging center, so you can get all kinds of things here. So they're always jam packed. This place was so quick. They had a little changing room. You saw I had to change into a gown just down to my underwear, socks, and my Uggs. And I could keep my glasses on. I didn't bring any jewelry or anything like that. They gave me a little locker. She took me back to this little room. She asked me what kind of music I wanted, my height and weight, and I was there for like 3 minutes or so, and I was kind of like staring into space, and they're like, okay, we're ready for you. And then I went in there, and I'm usually one that's okay with enclosed spaces, and I was okay with the enclosed space. They put the tiny little cage around my face, which I was okay with. I was okay with that part. What got me was the sound of the machine. She asked me what kind of music I wanted, and I just off the top of my head, I was like, oh yeah, I'm kind of in a Zach Bryan mood, which I kind of have been in a Zach Bryan, like Tyler Childers. Me and my sister are actually going to a Tyler Childers concert in May. I'm like into kind of outlaw country lately for some reason. Not outlaw, but like more folky kind of country, not pop country. But anyway, I've always been in like Mumford Sons, like folk country, like that kind of like folk-y music. Anyway, so I said that kind of music, but you really couldn't hear the music. You could just hear the machine and then the lights from the machine. Now I feel like I was fighting my eyeballs. I was fighting my eyes not to open. Okay, I feel like if they had put like a little weight on my eyelids, I would be fine. But I was like fighting my eyes to stay closed. And you're supposed to stay really, really still. And I was doing good with staying still, but my eyes just wanted to open. And I was trying to keep them closed. So she had to stop me. She was like, "Are you doing okay?" And I was like, "I think so." But I don't think I was doing okay. And the sounds were getting to me. I think I had like a mini, like, not panic attack, but like I think I had like a mini episode in there. But it only lasted a little while. And they were nice, but they were like very, not short with me, but like very like perfunct at the end. If that's the right word for it. Like just very, I was like, you know, you want to wiggle when you're not supposed to wiggle or whatever. And she's like, "Okay, your doctor will get you, you know, in 48 hours. Because we're not supposed to ask her, so I wasn't even going to ask about what she saw in there because that's not her job. She knows what she's looking at. She knows what she saw or what she didn't see in there. But it's because it's just her job. She knows what she did or didn't see. She can't say anything to me. So, you know, there's no point in asking her what she did or didn't see. So I know she can't. That's why she's probably just like, "Let me get you out of here. I'm not going to say anything or even hint of anything or whatever." So it felt kind of short to me. She was less friendly to me afterwards than she was to me before. Which felt kind of odd, but I get it because she probably gets a lot of people trying to poke and prod. So it felt weird after the MRI, where before she was very friendly to me and welcoming. So she's like, "Yeah, you'll get your results." And I was like, "Yeah." She's like, 24 to 48 hours, your doctor should get the results or whatever. And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's the weekend, so, you know, whatever." But my chart, I should be able to see something on my chart probably Monday. And my doctor already told me that if there's nothing remarkable, then she's not going to call me. And then she'll see me in June if there's nothing to report. If it's just regular white matter lesions, if there's good news, if there's nothing to, if it's just inflammation and regular migraine matter, then she's not going to call me because there's nothing, you know what I mean? There's no news. If there's something that she needs to call me about, then she'll call me. And we'll make an appointment and we'll discuss. So, you know, so no news is good news. And if there's not necessarily bad news, if there's news, then she'll call me. But I should be able to see something on my MySpace or my MySpace. What is this, 2005? On my chart in, next week. So, but I'm not worried. And you guys shouldn't worry for me. So, anyway, that was my experience. It was very quick and very easy. So, I am going to go home and see my baby. I have a temporary crown on my front tooth and it is awful. I'm not even going to show you guys because my dentist did a horrible job. It looks like a big fake tooth that I got off of Shein. I have a new one coming in. That should be better. Let's hope. But it's so, I was like, my real tooth was not this crooked and it was not this big and not this thick and not this awful. But I have a temporary crown right here on my front tooth. And it's a full tooth, but it's so crooked. My front tooth was not this crooked. And it was not this thick, and it did not stick out this much. But it is what it is. At least it's not, I guess, chipped like my real tooth was. I don't get my crown until May 21st. So I have to go a month with this Shein temporary crown on my front tooth. If something crazy can happen to me, it happens to me. I'd rather have a fake Shein tooth and that be the crazy thing that happens to me this month, and have a clear MRI. So I will take the funky front tooth and the clear MRI. So pick your battles. So I'm gonna go home and love on my baby And I got over the stress of the month, which was this MRI. I'm gonna have a clear MRI and clear spine, and everything's gonna be fine.